So the 3 stages of time. The first one I would call the bigger picture. We're looking at months of the year and days of the week. There are 2 songs that we use in school and both of them are linked in Show My Homework for you. The children know them, practice them. Try and draw your child's attention to the fact that all our birthdays are in different months. Maybe look at your family birthdays on a calendar. Whose birthday is on which month? Whose birthday is coming up next and whose has just been? This month is October and these things are going to happen in October. Next we'll have November and this is what's going to happen then. Revisit this through the year as well. It helps them really get the idea, that bigger picture of a year and the months of the year and the sequence that they come in. Also days of the week. We have a lot of calendars, a little bit like this, around our house. We've got one that tells Aiden what he needs to take to school, when he needs to take it. We also have one for our meals at night so that he's not having pasta for lunch and then pasta for dinner again, because we've all had that fight, haven't we? So we just look at the days of the week and I draw his attention back to it quite often. Stage 2 is a much smaller picture of time. We're talking about seconds, minutes and hours. I'm going to say hours because everyone's going to make fun of hours. So seconds, how many seconds did it take for this thing to happen? Time your child, maybe time them how many seconds to go up to your bedroom and get something and bring it back down. I'm going to count now. 1, 2, games like that. That's what we're talking about, seconds. Minutes, again, a stopwatch is a really good way to do it. 5 more minutes on this activity and we're going to move on to this. We're leaving in 10 minutes. You need to brush your teeth for 2 minutes. Using a timer will really help them learn what a minute looks like. If you're anything like me, you'll be guilty of saying in a minute, and that minute can look like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just forever, in the hope that they will have forgotten whatever they asked. But they need to know what a minute feels like and looks like to them. We use Alexa quite a lot in our house for that. She's just heard me. Because they have a timer function and it's quite good for that, and it sets off an alarm all around the house when that minute is up. An hour, the same thing. An hour is a really difficult concept for children who are 5 and 6 because they might start measuring it and completely forget that they're measuring it. But as long as they get that an hour is a lot bigger than a minute or a second and get an idea of the kinds of things that it takes an hour to do. So stage 3 for time is where we finally look at a clock. Now what I'll say about time is that as adults we say things like 12 is o'clock, 1 is 5, 3 is a quarter and 6 is a half, which makes absolutely no sense to your 5 and 6-year-olds. So we need to kind of go backwards ourselves and think about how we're teaching it. Let's look at the clocks first of all and get familiar with the numbers around the clock and the order that they go, where they start, what number goes at the bottom. We can also talk about cutting it in halves and quarters if we're getting there. Familiarization with the clock, showing them what 1 o'clock looks like and then saying it's hard to do backwards, and then saying at 1 o'clock we are going to go to the shops or whatever it is. Okay, so just drawing their attention to it and talking about time. At this point as well, I will give you a little Christmas present idea. In year 1, it's a great time to get them a watch. This is a little Lego watch. They're 10 or 15 pounds. I think you can pick them up cheaper actually. This one came with a training clock as well, so it was fantastic for us when Aiden was learning to tell the time. We could set this and say when your watch matches it.